Hello, you are welcome. In this video tutorial, we'll explain you the project Earthquake Registration System. So it's a Visual Basic backend SQL Server project. So ultimately called the VB.NET project. So this is a different kind of project. Generally we do projects like payroll, banking, but you want to do a new idea. So therefore you need to bring up a new idea. So therefore Earthquake Registration is such a one project. Therefore, by watching this video, you'll understand what we can do it in a earthquake registration system. This project is basically for all computer science students who are doing any of these courses. So it's definitely help you because in your particular semester you need to do a project. So particularly if you wanted a desktop application, so you require some idea, like that is what very important. So this project will help you to serve the same purpose. So presently we done this project in VB.NET, but still you can do this in a C#. We can do it in Java. We can do it in Android. So all options are very much open. Getting this idea, you can develop this project in VB.NET or C# or Java or in any other language which you are learning, because you require an idea like what to do. Because once you know the language, we should know like what kind of projects I can do. So for that idea is required. So here we'll explain you that idea. Using that idea, you try to implement this project in the corresponding language. This video will help you to gain language skills. So here we're talking about VB. So therefore you learn some VB skills here. Like what is MDA form? So what are the forms? What is the table? So a lot of things we explain you in this video tutorial. You'll get all these things actually. So that will enhance your language skills. Domain skills. So domain basically talking about for whom you are doing the project. So here we are doing earthquake registration. Now at this moment think like what you do. What you'll do it in that particular project. So if you get a complete idea, that's good. But as a student, like no, you may not get a complete idea. That time somebody has to explain you like what we can do in that. So that is domain actually. So there is a domain knowledge. Therefore, you need to understand what is a really earthquake, how the registration will done, how do we do this, how do we record all the information. So therefore, you have to learn all these things. So then we need to build up the project. So therefore, we learn the domain skills, work experience. So if you complete this project after watching this video, if you try to complete this project your own by any of the languages which you already discussed, you get a work experience. So therefore, it's not necessary that you need to go all the way to company to gain the experience. You can sit at home and then practice this, make the complete project ready. So that will give you work experience. That definitely counts, and it will also help you to get the good job. Therefore, keep watch the complete video and then try to do the project yourself. So earthquake registration system, first we need to understand there is a seismograph. What is seismograph? Whenever the earthquake happens, it will register. When the registration done, so therefore we can draw that in a Richter scale. What is so what is the magnitude? So therefore we need to know the magnitude. So once you know the magnitude, that we need to transfer to the system. Therefore we need to record when it is happened, where it is happened. So all the information is required. So therefore, so this is the organization. So where you have a let's assume that this is the government organization or a private organization. This organization is responsible for to register all the these activities. So what are the activities? Mainly we talk about one earthquake, but it can be responsible for more activities. So other than like no earthquake, it can also measure wind speed. It can also measure the rain. So a lot of weather related things we can consider, but at this stage we only consider the earthquake. Okay. So this organization is responsible for to register the earthquakes. So in order to register, okay, so therefore there should be an employee here. So therefore you need to have a form to enter the employee details. So therefore employee can log in, they can enter the details. Now question is where the earthquake happens. So therefore where it has happened. So therefore naturally in which country. So therefore you need to have the country details. So even it will happen anywhere in the world. When you get the information, we can feed to this system. Once you feed these details, so if you enter the details, so this once earthquake enters, we can enter it. Then we can search for it. We can search where it happened, when it happened. So when is the previous earthquakes are happened, all we can search in the list. After that, we can also enter all the organization details, who working on the same. We can also list it out all the website, which are the website providing the information about this earthquake related. Right, so by all this, we can make it as a mini project. So here we call it as a mini project. So when it is a mini project, okay, number of forms, okay, it's maybe from 8 to 15. So number of forms is 8 to 15. That is the pages we can call. So and it will have around 8 to 10 tables. 10 tables. So these are the forms. When you make that much of this, it's called stands for mini project or the mini website. But here we talk about the desktop application, basically to enter the data in the office itself. But you can also make a web application by using the same idea. We can also make web application. Even you can make IoT applications. So in IoT, you need another device to read the data automatically, and then it should send to the server. That is possible. So therefore, once you know the idea, once you know the project, what project it is, that we need to learn like how do you implement that into the in particular language. Then you develop that one, and you need to provide a reports. Therefore, user can get the benefit from that particular project. So any project, particularly a small project, which will have three main segment. One is basic entry. Here, for example, country details, employee details, all the basic entries we do that. Then the process entry. So here is the process is when when earthquake happen, what is the magnitude, all the details we need to enter here. So that is what regularly we need to do that. Then you have a reports. In the reports, we can able to search when it happened, where it happened. The list will come here, and number of employees who are working here, all the list. So reports is basically listing. So process is what is happening every day or whenever occurs. So we need to enter it. That is a process. Basic entries. So there is a one-time entries. For example, one employee details once you enter, that's okay. But if you have multiple employees, that you can keep on entering it in the basic entries, right? So this is a way you can make a one small project or the mini project. So these were the one idea. I'll just show you the rest of the things now. So software requirement, if you're developing in VB, then these are the requirements. Project forms. So in this project, we are using these forms. I'll explain you in the next slide. So you want details, you can pause the video and check out the names. And database table, here we are using Microsoft SQL Server as a backend. Here we created all the tables. So these are the tables which are using in this project. So here I'll show you complete project. I'll explain you that. Okay, here first we'll enter the country details. So once you enter the country details, we call this particular form country form. So this will send the data to this particular table. Next one, organization type. So here is the organization type actually. So this form will open, and this form will send the organization type. So here is organization type. So the details will go to this particular table. Organization detail, because we already discussed, okay, the many organizations are working in different countries. Which are that organizations? So therefore we want to collect all the details of that organizations. That is there in the organization detail. So here is the organization details. So organization form. So here what are the data you enter? So you'll go to the organization table, this corresponding table. So next one, employee details. So here you have employee details. So this will come back to the employee detail. Here is a table. So this data will come to the employee table. So what are the entries done here? Once you save this, so you'll go to the employee detail table. Earthquake registration. So this is the main process. Okay, we talk about the process. Here we'll enter the earthquakes as and when it occurs. So therefore, so the options is provided over here. So this is the entry form. So this entry, so it'll go to the corresponding earthquake table. Sorry, year to year. Okay, so that will go to this table. Then search. So there is a search option here. So this is a search. So again, from this table, we need to search. Okay, so what is already information is available. Based on that, we need to do the searching here. Then website. So once you enter the website detail, it will go to the corresponding website table. So publications, any publication done. So there is an option here to enter. So that will go to the publication table. So anything related to the research taken place related to the earthquake. So that will be published. So who are the publishers? That details we can enter into this table. Then we have a reports here. Here is earthquake list. So there is a corresponding form here, earthquake list. So we can see that organization list. So we have organization list here. So this is the form. And when you click this form will open and it will get the data from this table and it will display. Employee list. So you have an employee list form here. This will go to employee table and fetch the data and it will display. So report means whatever the data is already present in the tables. So here data is already present. So in a report, so we need to fetch this data and then we have to display into corresponding forms. So entry, so when you enter the data, so you need to send the data to the tables. So this is the basic data. So again, we need to send the data to the table. So this is the basic concept of how do you make a project. So you need to design the form. What are the entries you have done? So therefore you need to connect to the database. Then you have to find the table and then send this data to the corresponding table. In a report, we have to find the table and then fetch the data and then display it on screen. Fine. For more details, please log on to iblix.blogspot.com, and also you can log into our website iblix.com, so where you get more details. Now I'll show the project demo for you. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Click subscribe button here, and you'll get a lot of project detail information in our website. And we also started teach you the languages, so therefore you can get the benefit. So here is a Visual Studio. So I just already opened this. So this is a Visual Studio Community 2019. So you can use Community Edition. It's a free edition. Right. So here is Solution Explorer. I'm going to dock this to the right side. So presently is in the center. So okay, these properties I want to dock below the Solution Explorer. And this is a Server Explorer. Let me dock to the right side, left side. Right. So now you can see that here all the forms are there. So which are the forms you are using in this project? All the forms are there here. And here is the table. So these are the tables which you are using. And here is the country details. When I click this, we written a code should open to this particular form. So it will open this form. Right, here is the form. So here is the text box. Here is another text box. This is the data grid view. So this is the data grid view. And in the bottom you have buttons. Okay, so new button, save button, modify button, delete button. So if you click save button, so therefore this is the code which you are written to save the record. So therefore it should enter the data to the country tab. So it should enter to the country tab. So here we written insert into country tab, values, so country name and the corresponding value in the text box, details and the corresponding in the text box. So this is a coding, right? I'll demonstrate the first. Okay, let me show you the project to you. So once you run the project, you will get a welcome screen. This is a welcome screen. So welcome screen will stay for 5 seconds. After that, automatically it will go off. Then you'll come to the login page. So login page, you design whatever way you want. But main thing is where user credentials, user ID and password. So if you use the wrong password, it should tell you that the password is not correct. And you have to enter the correct user ID. Right. So once it's done, you get into the project. Here is the country details. So we need to click new button and enter the details and I have to save. So we are already entered the India here. So you can modify, you can delete it. If you don't want, we can delete the details. So next, organization type. So information provider, publisher, research, different organization types we are entering here. So if there is a government organizations, we can write as a government org, government. So organization. Then the organization details. So which are the organizations are working related to the earthquake, we can enter all the details here. Okay, so let's say geology department. So what is the name? Geology department. Let's say Bangalore. So it's in Bangalore. So detail mainly concentrate on weather related. So here is organization type. So this is a government organization. So this is a government organization. Country, it's in India. So nature of work. So earthquake monitoring. The main job is to keep monitoring the earthquakes where all it happens and then enter all the data. So like that, there are different organizations. We can enter all the organizations. Therefore, we'll have a comprehensive data of different organizations. In case necessary, we can communicate with them. Employee details. So overall the employees working in this organization that we can enter it here. Here is the earthquake registration. So whenever the registration, when earthquake happens, that you have to enter. Okay. So here you can see that that number come automatically. This earthquake number, place where it is happening. So let's say it's happening somewhere nearby, Bangalore. So when it happens, so this is on particular date and particular time. Details, a minor earthquake. So magnitude, so let's say there are different magnitudes, it's something like 2.5. So up to 5 there is not much effect, but beyond 5 it's quite effect. So therefore 2.5 and all small will keep on occurs, but there are not much problems. But as I told already, if the magnitude is 5 and above, sometimes it's 7, it is device testing. So effect details, minor problems. So you need to write exactly what are the problems here. Next we have a search option here. So we can search during this period what are the things are happening. Okay. So between these dates, or in this particular country, how many times it's happened. So therefore all the registration is there. If you enter this country, then it'll show like all the list here. So if you search for only for magnitude above that, so then you can see that only 2 earthquakes above this particular magnitude. Therefore search options are provided to search based on country or the based on magnitude. You want above 7, so therefore you select 7 here. So search, so there is only once. So in our data, okay, but if you enter the complete data, then you will know like how many times it's happened. So this is what search. Then same way there are websites who are working with earthquake, that we can enter it here. Then we have publications. So all the publications details we can enter in this form. Then we have a reports here, earthquake list. So we'll show the complete list. We can take the printout because this is a desktop application. Options are provided to take the printout. Then organizations, all the organizations which are working. Then we have an employee list, who are all the employees working here. And then we have a country-wise list. So here it will show that country-wise how many times earthquakes are happened. So based on our data, so we have 3 data. So all the 3 belong to India only. Therefore that shows 3. When you are entering multiple countries, so therefore it will show like how many times earthquakes are happening in that particular country. So as I told already, this is a basic level project. There are wide options to improve this. So and also we can develop this application in a different platform. So presently we are showing in VB. So therefore you try to do it in VB, or same you can do it in CSharp also. Even in Java is almost same. But if you know the language, you can always try to do this project in this particular language. So in case you would like to contact, please contact us here. And thank you very much for watching this video. So if you want to say something to us, please put it in a comment box or communicate with us. Thank you.